About 25 medical marijuana activists gathered in front of the Graham County Superior Courthouse on Tuesday to march down Main Street in downtown Safford to bring attention to the decriminalization of cannabis. Arizona residents may soon be able to vote on medical marijuana once again. The November 2010 ballot initiative, sponsored by the Arizona Medical Marijuana Policy Project, recently reported it had significantly more than the 150,000 signatures required for placement. The initiative would permit patients with a doctor's recommendation and caregivers to purchase up to 2.5 ounces of usable marijuana from regulated clinics rather than the criminal market. The regulated clinics, often known as dispensaries, will all operate as nonprofit organizations. The initiative will also allow permitted patients or caregivers to cultivate their own marijuana for medicinal purposes if a regulated clinic is not located within 25 miles of the patient. Arizona voters have passed medical marijuana initiatives in both 1996 and 1998. However, the 1996 Act didn't come to fruition because of a systematic error in the wording of the ballot, while the 1998 initiative was unable to pass because of conflicting federal laws. The Act allowed physicians to prescribe cannabis while federal law prohibits physicians to prescribe Schedule I drugs. States have led the medical marijuana movement because the federal government has consistently rejected reclassifying medical marijuana as a Schedule II controlled substance, which would classify the drug as having both a risk of abuse and accepted medical uses. Currently, marijuana is a Schedule I drug grouped with heroin, PCP, and other substances with no currently accepted medical uses. California, Alaska, Oregon, Washington, Maine, Hawaii, Colorado, Nevada, Vermont, Montana, Rhode Island, New Mexico, Michigan, and New Jersey have all passed laws allowing the use of medical marijuana. Recently, the Washington, D.C. City Council unanimously voted to allow patients with HIV, glaucoma, cancer, or a chronic and lasting disease to receive a physician's recommendation to possess up to 2 ounces of marijuana. Evidence suggests cannabis has been used for more than 10,000 years for recreation and a variety of medical uses. Its cousin plant, the hemp plant, has been used for centuries for hundreds of uses, including food, cloth, rope, and much more. America's first marijuana law was enacted at the Jamestown Colony, Virginia in 1619. It was a law ordering all farmers to grow Indian hemp seed. The United States Census of 1850 counted 8,327 hemp plantations growing cannabis, hemp for cloth, canvas, and even the cordage used for baling cotton. The first federal law against marijuana was the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act. The act was repealed and replaced in 1970 by the Controlled Substances Act after the original act was deemed to be unconstitutional.
And I believe marijuana will help this entire planet. Stop the money going into Mexico, keep the money right here. It'll help everything. Everybody struggling with other addictions, anything. Marijuana is the medicine of the future.
If we can't get this legalized marijuana issue straightened out so all of us don't have to be under the suppression of heroin or Oxycontin, fentanyl, and all the drugs that they're pushing on us and not letting us have the marijuana, because it is actually proven to be better for our health than what we're getting from the doctors. And being the state has already passed it, I'd like to know why the state and the federal can't get together where we can legalize it to where, at least for medical uses, instead of your Oxycontin and the stuff that's killing our kids here in Safford. That's why we're trying to do this, so we can help people that are hurt and that do need medical attention without using the hardcore drugs that's killing everybody. And because our kids are getting them, they're stealing them all over the place. We've got a very serious problem with our in high school with Oxycontin. This whole town is taken over with Oxycontins, and which is actually heroin. They're melting them down, they're shooting them in their arms, and they're dying. You know, there's no way in existence that anybody could do a report or check out medically and come up with marijuana doing anything wrong to you like that. So we would just like to, it does help through cancer. It's been proven before all over. It's common sense. So why can't we have the medical marijuana instead of being addicted to Oxycontin? Then you could take all the people who get caught and go to the prison, get them out of there and put the bad guys in there, not the hurt ones. You know, we don't need the prison full of marijuana smokers. Let's just let them alone and get the ones that's selling the oxys and running meth into town and put them in the jails. They gave me 90 days to live over these issues. So I threw away all your drugs, and you get some good herbs, and you'll be all right, because the drugs out there tore out my liver. It was proven that the drugs themselves, like your oxys, is really bad for your liver, your health, and where the herb isn't. But you have cancer, you can smoke herb for your cancer problems. You'll be able to eat.
Got a cancer patient right there.
Right. There's a cancer patient right here. You get his testimony. Yeah, he'll tell you the same thing. Yeah. You rather have oxys or good herb? Yeah.
I'd rather use the good herb. The other drugs and everything else that they give you are bad for you.
Exactly.
They cause all these different side effects and everything else. And marijuana is God's given herb. You know, He put this on this earth, and it says in the Bible that He put all things on this earth for man to use in moderation. Marijuana is naturally grown, and it's better than anything. I smoke marijuana. I'm not afraid to admit it.
It's been proven many, many times. He's totally right. That's what the whole country's asking why.
I'm a cancer patient. I have kidney cancer. They removed all of my right kidney and part of my left kidney for cancer. So I'm living on part of a kidney. And I'm here to support the cause.
And you use cannabis for pain?
Yeah.
For pain. It's been, even when I went through my surgeries, they prescribed me Percocets and Oxycontins and everything for pain, and it didn't do the job that marijuana does.
No.
Marijuana takes care of the pain, and
you can deal with it.
You can deal with it,
This has been John Johnson reporting for the Eastern Arizona Courier in Safford,
Come on
Arizona.
with us.